This is Dan Farisi, Group Editor, Commercial and Security with Emerald. So happy to be joined today by my friend Thomas Tang, who is founder, president, and CEO of Apantac. Topic of conversation is, of course, AV over IP, aligning with our AV over IP deep dive, which is all over commercialintegrator.com this month and in our May issue of CI plus SSI. Apantac was good enough to be one of the sponsors of that deep dive. And of course, we wanted to invite Thomas on to talk about Apantac, its leadership in the IP category, and what it had done recently at the NAB Show, and maybe what you have planned for Infocom as well. Thank you so much, Thomas, for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. So for NAB, we show several new products, and one of the things we did was the 2110, the SDM on 2110. So that was getting a lot of interest. Also, by introducing that, we're also doing a bidirectional bridge with ST2110. Of course, we also did some audio over IP and KVM-over-IP as well.
Was it a successful show for you? Did you get a lot of interest in your IP-focused products? Was it a big show for Apantac?
Yeah. So for the ST2110, we won the award, the Best in Show award at
Right.
AB, and KVM-over-IP as always. We're getting a lot of interest on that, especially the transparent USB that we support multiple touch screens and all that. And best of all was we're doing real-time live Dolby Atmos decoding into Dante for audio. But that was also a very big hit.
I can imagine so, yeah. And I can't wait to check out Apantac's presence at Infocom coming up in just a few weeks. Do you want to give us any kind of a teaser or a hint about what people can look forward to seeing when they visit the Apantac booth at Infocom? Anything that might be new or different, especially pertaining to IP?
Oh, yeah. So, we're going to Infocom. So, of course, we have to show IPMX, right? So, IPMX is the latest buzz. And we'll take we'll take what we've done on the ST2110. We will demonstrate again a SDM running on IPMX. So we'll do an IPMX demo, and we'll do also bridges on IPMX and bridges and gateways. We will show on the audio over IP. We will show even more formats that could be decoded on audio over IP into Dante, and of course KVM over IP is, it's used everywhere from broadcast to AV. So one of the things actually we are going to show is a very interesting digital signage solution using HD-based T. So I'll leave that as a tease. And please come by our booth and take a look at that. Yeah, we're going to show some interesting application on that.
Well, you can count on me being there. I can't wait to check it out. Now, even just in the time we've been talking so far, you've mentioned ST2110, you've mentioned IPMX, you've mentioned HD-based T, you've mentioned Dante. One of the real unifying things, pretty much every time we talk, seems to be that Apantac plays well with everyone, every protocol, every approach. Is that your way of doing business when it comes to AV over IP? That it's not just going to be ST2110, it's not just going to be IPMX. You want to play well with everyone?
Absolutely. As standard moves along, eventually there will be a standard, but along the way, there are many good different methods of solving our problem, right? How we move into AV over IP. So the most important part is to keep an open platform that we can adopt to lots and lots of new technology, and eventually it will shake down to maybe one or two.
I think that's exactly right. I think that's exactly right because who knows what ultimately is going to come to predominate some number of years in the future. You have your hands in all of them at this point. Play well with all of them, and therefore that's one of the reasons Apantac is a go-to solution for pretty much every supplier in the industry, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we'll continue also to make gateways to go from one to the other.
So, Thomas, have you been involved in any interesting use cases or applications lately involving AV over IP that you might want to highlight here or tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, one of the things you know we do is SDVOE. Uh, SDVOE's been around a few years. We recently have done these immersive applications where SDVOE really works well there. On these immersive applications, the first thing is, of course, all these projectors, right? And you have to run video sources a long ways. So by combining uh, several different technologies based on SDVOE, we have Open Gear that has SDVOE cards in it, and we have projectors with SDM cards in it. They're all SDVOE transmitters and receivers, and they're connected with a single mode fiber. Right. By doing that, you can run the distance. Now you have the redundancy of Open Gear and a central monitoring and control location, and you really have a really clean installation next to the display, next to the projectors with SDM. So that is a really cool application.
Is there anything you would want to add, Thomas, in terms of closing thoughts about trends you're seeing in AV over IP, Apantac's continuing industry leadership, what we can look forward to seeing at Infocom? Anything I haven't teed you up to talk about that you would like to be able to opine on before we close?
Well, uh, it's probably something that we're not immediately doing for this Infocom, but I see the audio over IP space. There's so many different uh, also different formats and different trends, right? So we talked about Dante. There's there's AES 67. There's Balan, right? Balan is part of the AVB uh, solution. So there's so many different ways. Again, the main thing is to keep an open platform that we could adopt to many different ways to solve our problems.
I think that's a great note to end on. Thank you so much, Thomas, for joining me today. I always feel like I learn something when I chat with you. I look forward to visiting the booth in Orlando this year and checking out everything for myself. And you've definitely whetted my appetite about that demo you couldn't tell us everything about, but I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool demo.
Well,
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Thomas Tang, founder, president, and CEO of Apantac, for joining me here today. As I said at the outset, please do check out our AV over IP deep dive in the May issue of CI plus SSI, as well as all over commercialintegrator.com throughout the month of May. Again, we thank Apantac for being part of that deep dive, a sponsor of it, and a contributor to it with a sidebar. And we will look forward to seeing you back on commercialintegrator.com very soon. Have a great day.